Hey, welcome back to the Chasing Flavor Kitchen, and today we got some really special for you. Heather and I are going to be doing a Southern style date night tonight, complete with Southern fried chicken breast and scratch made mac and cheese. I cannot wait. So for tonight's delicious date night dinner entree, we're going to be doing some fried chicken breast, and we're going to do it in a kind of a more classic way, right? So I've got the chicken breasts here. I actually took them and I butterflied them, cut them in half so that way they're a little bit thinner. They're going to cook a little bit more evenly that way. We're going to start with all-purpose flour dredged. We got the flour in there. We've got salt. We've got pepper. We've got a little bit of chili powder in there and a little bit of garlic powder. So we'll get that mixed up right there. We're going to dredge the chicken in that first. Then we'll go over to our egg wash right here. That's going to be a couple eggs and a little bit of whole milk. Dip it in there. Back to the flour dredge. And it's just going to be a 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And then we're going to let the chicken sit actually for about 10 minutes. This is just a little piece here that came off one of the breasts there. It was hanging off the breast as an extra piece of meat. And I said, well, we made out like bandits, right? We got a little bit of extra meat there. So put that down there. I'm going to keep this hand as my dry hand, and this one will be the wet hand. So we go right there. Back over into the flour. Turn it over a little bit. And we're just going to shake off the excess. And that's all you got to do for these chicken breasts, right? Real easy to dredge that. Real simple. That's a big old boy chicken breast right there. Want to get it completely coated because we really want that egg wash to stick to it really well. Shake off the excess into that egg wash. And you're just going to do that for all the pieces right there. And then, like I said, after we get all of them done, we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to come back and we're going to dredge it into the flour mixture again. That's just going to give that extra thick, nice, delicious, crispy coating on the outside. And that's going to give the dredge that much longer to adhere to the chicken. Because once you get it in the oil, you don't want it all falling off right there. So we're just going to go ahead and get these finished, get them all dredged up. And then we'll see you over at the oil in about 10-15 minutes. And for the side tonight, we're going to be doing a homemade mac and cheese. Real simple here. We started with just a nice bechamel sauce. That's going to be your butter and flour to make a roux. Then you're going to mix in the milk there. For the cheese parts, we're going to go with a little bit of a mild cheddar that I've grated right here. And then more of a aged or mature cheddar right there that I've crumbled. So we're going to mix those in. We've also got a little bit of seasoning that's going in with it. We got some chili powder, we got some salt in there, we got some garlic powder. So we want to take this off the heat to mix in this cheese because you want just the heat of the sauce that's in there, that bechamel, to be what's melting the cheese as much as you can. If it doesn't all melt, then you can always put it back on low heat to kind of get the rest of the cheese to melt. But this is the key to getting a really nice, silky, and smooth sauce, is not melting that cheese over direct heat on the cooktop there. All right, we got that mild cheddar in. Perfect. We'll put that bowl to the side. Get that mixed in just a little bit. And it's already starting to melt that beautiful cheddar. Seeing a little bit of that color come to that sauce. Starting to thicken just a little bit. Now we're going to go in with some of this beautiful aged cheddar. This was just absolutely delicious cheddar. I had some left over, so I ate that naturally. We'll go ahead and put in the seasonings while we're here too. So get a little bit of that mixed in. Get it melted down just a little bit. And this is going to be just a really nice, balanced cheese sauce to go with our macaroni. Actually, we're not even using macaroni. We in this household prefer shells because it holds a little bit more sauce on it, and that's what we're looking for. We're a saucy kind of family, so to speak. And Heather just gave me this look of, I can't believe you said we're saucy here in this family. All right, rest that aged cheddar in there. Beautiful. Now, this part right here, we're probably going to take about 3 minutes to get it all melted in. Like I said, we're going to make sure that it's all melted, combined really, really well. Once that happens, we're going to bring in our shells that we've already cooked. What we did with those is we cooked those about 2 minutes shy of the recommended on the package. That's going to be a nice little al dente, because We're going to mix these noodles into this sauce right here, and then we're going to put it into a baking pan, and that's going to be baked in the oven there. And so that's where the noodles are going to finish their cooking, actually. So we cooked them about 2 minutes shy of the recommended, strained them in a colander, and then actually we put some cold water over them because we wanted to stop that cooking process. That's what that's going to do for you, is stop the cooking process, and that way they don't overcook and turn to mush or get almost like a grainy texture to them. I've had that happen to me with pasta before, and that is no bueno, folks. Definitely don't want that. All right, so we're just about fully melted there. Now, like I said, we can't put this back over low heat, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put it over low heat because you see we still got some of that aged cheddar, that little bit harder cheddar in there. So we're going to put it over just real low heat, as low as my cooktop will go, just to finish the melting that up. That way it doesn't get nasty or grainy or break the sauce at all. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back and we'll add those noodles to the sauce. So just a few short minutes later on low heat, we've got all the cheese and everything combined really well into this sauce. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that pasta in. So let me get the whisk out of the way. Like I said, we decided to go with shells. We like shells. Again, a lot of sauce in there, but it's going to mix really well. Pasta's going to absorb a whole lot of that sauce. And speaking of sauce, Heather told me what she was thinking about when I said we're a saucy family. I keep a bag of sauces from different restaurants that I really enjoy in the fridge, and it's a big bag. It's a gallon Ziploc bag. It's full of sauces because there's so many sauces that I really, really enjoy. All right, so now we've got all that pasta mixed in. That was about a pound of shells right there. Again, a lot of cheese sauce here, but it's gonna really bake down and get nice and thick because we're gonna bake this in the oven now. So we've got this right here. I've got a pan here that we've already greased. We got some cooking spray that we put in there. So you can use cooking spray, you can use butter, whatever you like. We're just going to transition this over into this pan here. A little messy. Let's not make too big of a mess, so that way Heather doesn't yell at me. Perfect. Look at that. Fits exactly right. Just a little bit of sauce left. I want all of it. There we go. And that's just about done. There's one more thing we got to do. We got just a little bit of topping right there. This is just both of those cheeses. I shredded them together and then added a little bit of chipotle red pepper there. And we're just gonna sprinkle that right on top just for a little bit more cheesiness. And there it is. That's gonna go into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes just to cook up nicely, thicken up, and that's it. That's done, ready for the oven. That's going to be absolutely delicious. So we'll see you for dinner. So here we are over at the oil. We've got my fiance's large cast iron enameled Dutch oven right here. We've got the oil preheated. It's about 350 degrees in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these pieces of chicken in, but we're going to lay away from us. See, that you always want to lay away from yourself with hot oil because you don't want to splash yourself with that hot oil, obviously. So we're going to put a couple in. We really want to hear a nice sizzle when we put it in. We want to hear that oil going crazy. We're going to fry it to golden brown on one side, and then we'll see about flipping it over. I did put a good amount in there, so we may not need to flip it. We're going to go with the little guy first. There we go. And that's the fry we want to see right there. So we're just going to get these bad boys fried up, and we'll see you when they're done. So we're at about 6-7 minutes of these cooking now. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these because we don't wanna burn that coating. I mean, we got a pretty good color on there. I've got a sheet pan with some foil and a wire rack just off to the side here. That's what I'm gonna be putting these on so they can drain that oil away. And then it's gonna be going into our oven, which we already have at 350 for the mac and cheese. So that way they can finish cooking the chicken in there. We wanna get that chicken to about 165 internal temp. That's the ideal temp. And so when you're cooking though, you don't want to crowd the pan. You want to give everything lots of space. That's why I only did 3 pieces in there. I still have 4 other pieces I have to cook. So now that's going to take a minute or two to come back up to that temp that we really wanted it. I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put it in the oven, and then we'll see about getting the rest of this chicken fried up. And so here we are. We're going to go ahead and plate us up a little bit of this dinner here. We got the mac and cheese right there. Let me grab a piece of chicken first. All right. Absolutely beautiful chicken right there. Now, a good helping of this. Oh my God, look at this mac and cheese. Wow. I was worried about there being too much sauce, but it's ultra creamy. Look at how creamy and thick that is. That's beautiful. Definitely want to get a good scoop on there. Maybe just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, right? So there we go. We got the beautiful plate. And just to accent that chicken a little bit, we do have the Frank's Red Hot Thick Sauce. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of that. And then we're going to taste these. We're going to see how this turned out tonight. Now I got Heather. She's going to be taste testing it with me. She's off to the side here. All right, a little bit of that sauce. We'll try it with and without the sauce. So let's go ahead and start with this chicken right here. Just a little cut off there. Ooh, just... yeah, perfectly cooked. Look at the steam coming off of that there. All right, we'll give the first bite to Heather and see how she is. She's the fried chicken connoisseur of the two of us. What do you think?
It's really good.
Really good? Mm-hmm. I'm excited to try it. Let's try it.
You can taste the pepper in the coating.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. Good hit of the pepper. Mmm. That's Southern fried chicken if I've tasted it before. We're gonna try it with a little bit of that Frank's Red Hot Thick Sauce, which I think the thick sauce is what, Red Hot and ranch mixed together ahead of time, basically. And when you know it's delicious, of course it's delicious. It's red hot, and it's ranch. All right, for this mac and cheese now, absolutely. Here we go. Again, we're going to the expert first. We're going to Heather. See what she thinks. This is a new recipe. Neither of us have tried this recipe before, so let's see how it is.
So creamy.
Wow. Wow. Super smooth sauce. So creamy. You get a little bit of the tang from the aged cheddar, but that mild cheddar just evens it right out. Absolutely wonderful. Definitely recommend it. I'll have the recipe for that mac and cheese in the description down below. Do not sleep on that one for sure. This is going to be a great Southern dinner date night.